welcome to Tarot to a T. Today's reading will be for mid to late May 2023 for the sign of Sagittarius. And if this is the first time to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. And you may have noticed, if you have been here before, there was not a early May reading, and that's because I'm cutting back for the next couple of months. I have some other projects going on, and the summer's here, and just got busy with some other things. But you will be able to see at least one video for your sign per month. That's what I'm committed to, one video per sign per month for now, and until further notice. But one thing that is taking up my schedule is I'm now open for personal readings. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and look in the description box for the information. It's all right there. So we're going to ask for the most pertinent message that Sagittarius needs to hear for mid-May to late May 2023. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, and I do want to remind you, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you don't want the notifications, hey, that's okay. You can always turn those notifications off. It just really helps support the channel. It lets YouTube know that you want to see more videos so that I stay in circulation. The more thumbs up, comments, subscribes, all that will, just indicate that it's a desired channel that you want to stick around. So just thought I'd throw that in there, explain a little bit behind it. And it doesn't cost you a thing. And like I said, if you want to ignore notifications, I get that. I subscribe to other channels, and I have so many going that I have to turn off the notifications because I'm constantly bombarded with notifications. So it can be overwhelming, right? Anyway, we have our cards out. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. 6 of Diamonds. 8 of Diamonds, you got to focus on finance, Sagittarius. Look at this, another 8. 8 of Clubs. And the colorized Joker, also known as the Magician card. So things are a bit unsettled for you in some kind of, how should I say, it's some kind of business venture. But if you're not the type to open up your own business or start your own business, that's fine. It could be, I don't know, like a choice between careers, because this right here is indicating you're at a crossroads. You're undecided about something, and you might be stuck on some kind of outcome or something that you sincerely want, but I don't know, maybe the odds of it happening are just not very high. You know what I'm saying? So like you're stuck on something that you really want, but it's probably not going to happen. So therefore, you're kind of at a stalemate. It's that kind of energy. But the 8 of Diamonds is that entrepreneurial card. It's also, you can look at it as individual effort put in a direction, probably to increase your income, or just some kind of focus around finance, income, abundance. And the 6 of Diamonds does tell me there's options and opportunities coming your way to take more financial responsibility. So that's very much tied up with the 8 of Diamonds for sure. But I just feel like right now things are up in the air. Again, I'm circling back around to this Joker energy. Now the Magician aspect of this card, I don't know, maybe you know that you can make this happen, or you're asking the universe, spirit, to help draw something into your life. Dare I use the word attract, the law of attraction, right? But it is kind of that divine intervention, that divine energy that can help out in this situation. And I think you have a lot of hope. It's just right now it's not decided exactly what direction you're going to go. Again, because of the 8 of Clubs. You also have the Jack of Spades, the 5 of Spades, 3 of Clubs. Okay, this is a bit darker. And the 2 of Clubs. Wow. So there's I don't know how to read this exactly. This could be talking about a separate issue. No, I don't think it is. because you're in this decision mode and things are up in the air, I think something changed with you in this area of your life. Employment, finance, income. Maybe it was the end of a relationship and therefore you're having to make more income because you're supporting yourself. You don't have that two-person household anymore. Whatever the case may be, there was some kind of breakup. And that brought about this change probably prior to May. So in May, you're kind of dealing with the fallout, right? But this is the breakup card, something needing to end. And yeah, there's some struggle and fight here. You may not be fighting with an individual, you just may be struggling with the circumstances around it. It's also, because it's a 3, it kind of indicates you're being pulled in a couple different directions. You may be a little unclear about, again, how things are going to resolve, because things are up in the air. There's communication that needs to happen, though. Only you would know how that resonates with you and with whom and what that discussion needs to take place would be about. But this will restore harmony and balance, and you may be aware of that. However, I'm just gonna put this out here first. This could be a younger air sign you're dealing with: Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. If it's not somebody else, it's you in the space, I should say, the space of not trusting. This is this distrustful character. If it's another air sign, it's somebody you can't trust. On the outside, everything's friendly and everything's good, but on the inside, or I should say, they have ulterior motives. Catch my drift? But when it applies to you and you embody this, it's you not trusting someone or something, or just in general. You have a very suspicious nature, a cautious nature about what's unfolding here. And I think that's probably in line with this indecision. Yeah, but everything I see up here is like, I feel like it's something that's happened from the past prior to May. And in May, you're dealing with decisions. And it focuses on finance. So I tend to think there was some kind of employment situation that ended. 1 second, please. I want to make sure we're still filming. I've been having a lot of electronics issues. Be right back. Yep, looks good. There's a lot of planetary things happening in May, and I think Mercury has been in retrograde. So just that little precaution to make sure I'm filming before I proceed here, asking for more cards about Sagittarius' situation, and we have the King of Hearts. Could be dealing with a person that you consider to be like a fatherly figure, somebody who can guide you in a loving, caring, nurturing way, but they also have this great power and authority about them. And it could also be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I'm not picking up if it's you or somebody else. This just could be somebody involved in the mix, or maybe if you are head of the household, hence head of the family, you have the obligations of being the caretaker of everybody. And it's not gender specific, so it's not necessarily male, but it's like even if you're a strong female or a single female, you're having to take that role of taking care of everybody else. I'm hearing something like that, so that's why all this is very important. The decision you make and how things are up in the air for you, you're kind of putting the pieces together after this breakup or this breaking off from some situation. But you have all this responsibility as head of household, hence the father who takes care of the flock. 3 of Spades, yeah. You're worried and stressed though, as well. Well, it chimes in with being in this state of struggle. This is stressing you out. I see it as very positive. Let me just interject here. I saw this as a very positive start with the 8 of Diamonds, 6 of Diamonds. You have a lot of potential here to fix your financial situation, but you're still, probably because things are still up in the air, you're in this state of stress and worry. And again, I feel like you're the one who's responsible for taking care of the household in some manner. Like, your income makes everything flow. It keeps everything together. It keeps the bills paid. I feel like you have that role, Sagittarius, and you're well aware of it. That's why it's stressful. More cards, please. You got another Joker. So again, it's that up in the air, unsettled energy that's causing this stress. Yep, I think that hit the nail on the head. I'm sure you would agree. This is also the Fool energy. So there's an uncertainty about the future, and that is very understandable. You know, I like to say the Fool is not necessarily like being a fool necessarily, but the Fool is unaware of what the future holds. So that's the context of the Fool. And I think you feel that, and you are very much aware that you don't know what the future holds. Again, this uncertainty about the future can be causing a lot of anxiety, hence the stress and worry. Let's go ahead and ask for cards of advice. I'm feeling pulled to go ahead and proceed with advice here. Advice for Sagittarius for mid to late May. Eight of Spades, okay. Yep, there's the stress around work. I'm going to ask for a few more cards, though. Ace of Clubs, yep. You're definitely on a new start. I'll explain more in a second. You got another ace. Got another new start there. That's good. One more, please, to start off with here. Jack of Diamonds. Yeah, you're in a new financial situation. Now, this could be a younger earth sign you're dealing with, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but I think it's you. It's that, again, inexperience around some kind of financial situation, hence it's the Jack. It's in that younger position. Not age-wise necessarily younger, but you're looking at finances in a different way. Financial picture looks very different to you. And this was the stress here. This was the stress in the past, and this is the stress in the present moment around work. It's a call to action to relieve the stress and pressure, and I think I outlined what I believe that is back here. The struggle, the worry, the uncertainty about the future, and you feeling responsible as head of the household, head of the family. You're probably taking care of kids or a spouse. So hence, work is still causing stress. I think you left a stressful work situation to begin with back here, with breaking off from something, but you're still in this mode of stress. Do you see what I mean? You're being called to relieve that. Let go of that, perhaps. And let the future unfold as it needs to. You're also embarking on these new starts, and this one right here encourages you to gather new knowledge and information. So there's perhaps more research you need to do in making this decision. That would absolutely make sense. You just need to maybe research your options, research about a particular option you've been thinking of, that you've had your eye on. Learn more about it. What will it take, to make it happen? And right here, I like this because, again, it's a new start, but this is about following your heart. I think it's very important to you that you follow your passion going forward. You're not just going to, fall into any old thing to pay the bills. I think you've reached a point in your life where fulfillment and satisfaction are becoming prominent and important to you. It has to be part of the overall plan here. Yeah. And again, I kind of went over the Jack of Diamonds already, that this financial situation is brand new for you. It's not necessarily a bad situation. It's just different. It's not the way you've been operating. So you're having to learn new skills. There's some new skills and new knowledge. It might require a different spending plan, budgeting, looking at what's going out and how you can cut expenses, at least for the meantime. Not sure. but it entails all of that. There is this desire for closeness and connection, so I do think you're on the, what do you call it? Not the dawn. It would be, you're in the twilight, I guess. The dawn is like the beginning of the day, and the twilight is the end of the day. You're in the twilight of coming out of a significant relationship, a connection that it's left a hole, it's left a void, so you are desiring that closeness and connection. The cards are acknowledging that you still have that need to feel connected to someone else. Yeah, let's see if it gives you any advice on how to pursue that, or not necessarily pursue as in chasing somebody, but how to draw that closer to you. That's too many cards, and they kind of flipped out kind of weird. So I'm not going to take it. Too many cards. Narrow it down. Make it simple for us, please. Okay. Wow, that one fell out, and it's very, very, very relevant to finding that special connection. This is about going out and celebrating. Well, not celebrating, but just socializing. Socializing, that's what I meant to say. Spending time with family and friends, mingling, going out places. If you're not the type of person to go out and mingle at bars, I'm not necessarily suggesting that. It's just you have to put yourself out there in some form or fashion to bring this into your life. Because with the Eight of Hearts, there's also the potential to meet that significant person. No doubt. No doubt. And they may be somebody you meet initially, and you're not completely aware that they're going to become significant. You know what I mean? Like, you may like them at first, but as time goes on, it develops into something more significant. But you still got to put yourself out there to make that happen. Okay. Seven of Clubs and the Two of Spades. Now, the Two of Spades tells me whatever happened in the past, that is completely done. That's that card that comes out that tells me there's no chance of reconciling. It usually involves a connection to a person. Yeah. And the Seven of Clubs kind of backs that up. This is the Prisoner card. There's no way out of that. There's no way out. It's confinement. It's like... it's definitely... Usually, I'm just stuttering here a little bit because it's usually about feeling that way in the relationship, but what is the context I'm trying to explain here? It's like, it's no going back. And hence you're a prisoner. You're tied by the fact that there's no chance of reconciling with that person, whoever they were. I think, well, it could go either way. I think either the cards here are reminding you, Spirit is reminding you that there's no turning back now, that chapter is over, or it's acknowledging that you realize that you are trapped. I don't want to say trapped. You're not trapped, but you're bound by the fact that you will never reconcile. I guess that's the best way to put it. Either way, if you needed like a confirmation, Sagittarius, that maybe over time you'll be able to work things out. No, this is actually saying the opposite. You're trapped by that in some way. You're caught with that. You're stuck with it. I don't want to end on that note, so I'm going to ask for one more card of advice before we close this out. Excellent. I like to see that. This is the closing of a chapter, and this is ultimate happiness. So despite this pain, and I actually didn't see a whole lot of emotion come out here, but there's pain and there's loss and there's grief whenever we go through the breakup. You have the stress and the worry, but I think the stress and the worry here is more about your finances and how you're able to take care of the household, the family, hence the King of Hearts. All of this is leading up. This is how I'm interpreting this. And I really feel it. All of this is leading up to your ultimate happiness. Now, if this isn't obvious in May, you're headed in this direction, okay? Because again, we had these two jokers come out, so things are still up in the air. You definitely, I'm sure, are feeling like I am definitely not at the end of the rainbow here. I think it's just reminding you that eventually all of this will pass, and you will proceed past these new starts. You have to start somewhere, right? And it's going to lead here. And this came out on the heels of this, acknowledging that you're not reconciling with whoever that was in the past. And the key to finding this intimacy, this connection, that one and only, is putting yourself out there with the Eight of Hearts. And it's going to lead here. So ultimately, whatever transpired, however it happened, however it unfolded, it was for your higher good. I had another sign, I can't remember who it was, that had kind of the same outcome. You know, things turned crappy. I'm pretty sure it was a relationship, but ultimately it was that the advice went the same direction. It was for their higher good. And that's what will give you strength if you hold on to that fact, okay? And like I said, it may not be obvious to you now, but I strongly feel that's the direction you're going, Sagittarius. So I am going to close out the reading here. Thank you for joining me. Again, if you liked the video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're interested in a private reading. Information is in the description box. And going forward, you will get a reading from me once a month for the next couple of months. What else? I guess that's about it. And thank you to anyone who's donated to the channel through my Buy Me a Coffee account, which can also be found in the description box. And thank you so much for being here. I think I already said that, but I can never say it enough. I look forward to seeing you again. Take care.